This is Up Next. I'm Tiziana Deering. For a moment this week, Senator Elizabeth Warren was on the same page as President Trump. Yesterday, that page turned. Trump canceled his signing ceremony for a bipartisan housing bill that Warren co-authored. The president wants Congress to approve his voting law first. Senator Warren, a Massachusetts Democrat, joins us now. Good morning, Senator.
Good morning.
So you said in a press conference yesterday that though it may be a fight, you will get this bill passed. What happens now?
Well, the ball is certainly in the president's court. Remember, this is a bill that does two things. It helps increase housing supply by driving down the cost of building more housing. And the second thing it does is, for the first time ever, blocks private equity from moving into an industry, in this case, the housing industry, and buying up all the homes in your neighborhood and turning America from a nation of homeowners into a nation of renters. Big bipartisan support. Passed the Senate this week, 85-5. Passed the House, I think, by an even larger percentage. Everybody's celebrating. Republicans were posting yesterday morning, "Yay, housing bill, we've done this." And then the president had a tantrum.
So
And
let's actually pick it up right
that's
there.
where we are.
So House Speaker Mike Johnson has said that he thinks the president ultimately will sign this. He's got 10 days to sign it, or veto it, or it goes into law unless Congress goes into recession, just so that people know. At this press conference yesterday in Washington, Massachusetts Congresswoman Catherine Clark, your colleague, dared Republicans to vote to force a veto. Here's part of what she said.
Republicans are so desperate to appease Donald Trump, to cling to their jobs, they are willing to sabotage legislation they have already passed and force Americans to quite literally pay the price.
But you point out just how bipartisan this was. It's on an issue that everybody knows is critical in the midterms. Mike Johnson says he thinks the president's ultimately going to sign it. Is there any world where Republicans do force a veto on this, Senator?
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine that's where they want to go. Look, just remember, the year before Donald Trump was elected, he campaigned getting out every day and saying he would lower costs on day one. So here we are on day 500 and something or other, and the cost of groceries is up, the cost of health care is up, the cost of housing is up, the cost of gasoline is up, the cost of utilities is up. So he hasn't delivered on that promise. Why not? Well, because of Trump's tariffs, because of his energy policies, because of the war he started halfway around the world, because of the One Big Beautiful bill that cut back on support for health insurance. So he has driven this country into higher and higher costs. Here is the one bill, bipartisan, worked on it for 18 months with Republicans and Democrats, that would actually start to lower costs. Handed to the president on a silver platter, he has a tantrum, turns it over, and makes it clear, because he has said he thinks affordability is a Democratic hoax. He says his words are, loves the inflation, and has made it clear that he not only hasn't lowered costs, he not only hasn't worked toward lowering costs, he just doesn't even care about lowering costs.
So let's stipulate for that a
put
second.
The Republicans in a real box here, because when they go home, they hear about those costs from their constituents.
So let's stipulate that for a second. Let's just say, I don't know what's in the president's mind, but let's say that he's decided he doesn't care about this. He's not going to sign it. You don't think the Republicans want to force a veto. One of the things that I've focused on in this bill is how important it seems to you, this component that avoids investments by private equity and tries to control how much corporations are buying homes. Is there some other way, Senator, that you can get that done if this bill is, at least effectively for now, dead in the water?
Look, I will certainly work on it if that's where we end up, but that's not where we are right now. we have a bill that literally every single member of the banking committee, Democrat and Republican, they have a win in this bill.
So you're
This
saying
bill has
dead in the water is
40
not where we are right now.
Right. That's not where we are. 47 different provisions in this bill. And the thing that unites all of them is they're all about pushing down the cost of building new housing. 47 different provisions. And most of those provisions, I want to say 45 out of 47, are bipartisan. That is, there's a Republican and a Democrat who are linked in, shoulder to shoulder, pushing forward, saying, I want my provision to pass. In fact, the internet is already full of people looking straight into the camera, Democrats and Republicans, and say, this bill has my provision on making it easier for veterans to get housing.
So,
this bill has my provision on lowering costs on manufactured housing. That has got to be a place where the Republicans hang on and help us push this bill on through.
So we've got less than 90 seconds. I am hearing
Okay.
from you, I think, some optimism that there is bipartisan will to get this done despite whatever caused the president to make the move that he made yesterday. Last question on this. Do you have any concern that the bipartisan will to get this done involves Republicans saying, fine, we'll give you this voting act that you want because we want to get this housing bill done? We've got, 45 seconds.
I don't think so. This voting bill is about taking away the right to vote from millions of American citizens. It's about telling seniors that they can't use vote by mail. It's about telling married women that they've got to go spend a bunch of money and a bunch of time to get their birth certificates straightened out. This bill
Because
is
they've changed
designed
their
to keep
names.
people from voting. That's right. This bill is designed to keep people from voting. And Republicans, as well as Democrats, recognize that this undermines our democracy. And I hope and pray that is a bridge too far, even for the people who routinely bow down to Donald Trump.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren will continue to follow you and this as the summer progresses. I really appreciate you joining us this morning on WBUR.
Thank you for having me.